Well, my style of cooking is really keeping it simple. I like to cook seasonally, really simple, really fresh, and very casual. I think a lot of people don't cook because they're intimidated by cooking, but cooking is really fun. It's a great way to get friends and your family involved, and you really should just have fun with it and keep it simple. I always use the example, what's greater than a vine-ripe tomato in the summer? You take that tomato right off the vine, slice it, maybe a little bit of sea salt, a really small amount of olive oil. What could be better? I mean, really just fresh, simple food is what I like to cook. One of the things I love about Smart Chicken is the way that the chickens are raised, that they are sustainably and humanely raised. Not only that, but they taste great, they have great color, they're the perfect size, they just have really, really great flavor.
Well, I believe in a rotating menu, I believe in technique, and I most importantly believe in product. And we work pretty much exclusively with personal relationships with all of our producers. We feel that that's a very important part of our mission. What I've been really surprised at and pleasantly surprised at, having visited the facilities and the farm, is just the dedication to the comfort and well-being of the birds. It's not lip service; it's real, and I think any serious judge of what someone's trying to do could see that, or I guess what Smart Chicken is trying to do, can see that that they're succeeding. It's impressive because the product is usually in really good shape. I mean, those are things that your eyes can really tell you right off the bat. You can see that the product itself is in just good visual shape, and then as you touch it and you realize that this is it's a firm product. It's not limp. It's not tepid. It's not it's not unpleasant to the touch and to the eyes. So we always are looking to see what things do well, where they're at their best, and I think Smart Chicken works best as a really clean, just a really clean tasting chicken. And so, in terms of complementing that flavor, you look for that kind of linearity for the chicken itself, and you can sort of complement around that. That's something that I think that we find. It's long on the palate. It's good. It's good for that cleanliness.
Well, in addition to organic grape growing, I have a large organic vegetable garden at the vineyard, and I love to cook. And so when I heard about the organic chickens that Smart Chicken were producing, I was very excited to try them. And the chicken really absorbed the flavors beautifully, and like I said, it loses almost no weight in the cooking, so it's nice and plump, tender, really lovely texture, very nice. I've been very passionate about organic farming and organic gardening since I was a young woman, and I had my first garden in England. I have been doing it without using any pesticides or herbicides in the garden. So when I planted the vineyard, I decided I would use the same philosophy. It's not just about, for me, it's not just about organic farming. It's about trying to do things as naturally as I can and as responsibly. And I let those sort of practices kind of carry over into my whole business. I call it my eco-ethics. I care about recycling and reusing and trying to do the right thing. I couldn't believe when I opened up the first package I got how beautifully plump the chicken was. And when I cooked it, there was no reduction in size. Sometimes when chickens that have been dipped in the water bath, when you're cooking them, there's a lot of water that's actually in the chicken. That didn't happen, and it was a lovely, tender texture and very beautiful pieces of chicken.
My philosophy is do whatever's fresh and make it into the moment. I love everything about cooking. There's all throughout the day there's a lot of different things going on, and it's hectic, it's crazy, and it's high paced. It's just a very fun environment, very exciting. And then the fact that you get to create with all this wonderful product, and it's just a really neat idea. I was first amazed just by opening the package itself. There was no juices or stuff that were in the container itself, and I was really impressed with that. Like, wow, this is a good piece of meat, and it's very nicely in this container. Like, well, maybe this is just a fluke, and so opened up another container, and the same thing, and it was all very consistent. Like, okay, now it's time to eat it and try it. So I cooked it up. Had one with a skin, and I was able to make a nice sear. The skin crisped up really well. Had a really golden color, and as far as the meat flavor, and it was amazing. It was just a really good flavor, very moist, and I was surprised. I was really surprised with it. And then I have to say that I love anything organic, anything that's being treated well as far as humane raised, and so that's something I want to go towards, and as far as like what we do at the club, I try to do that as well, is bring in products that are organic as much as possible, and as free range as we can.